Hi and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. It is a pleasure having you. So this video is part of the How to Read Tarot series, and today we are going to take a look at active movement versus passive movement. So active movement is created by decisions and passive movement is created by circumstances. The active suits are the wands and the swords. The passive suits are the cups and the pentacles. So the active suits do well with having to slow down, but the passive suits don't do well with having to slow down. It causes them to become too stagnant. So let's pause for just a second and take a look at the fours so that you can kind of get an idea of what I mean with these. So the active suits with the wands and the swords, they do really well with slowing down, like being able to rest, being able to celebrate. But then if you look at the passive suits of the pentacles and the cups, see, he's hanging on too tightly, dissatisfaction, boredom. They don't do well with slowing down because they're already quite slow. And the wands and the swords are pretty fast, so they do really well with slowing down from time to time. So then the passive suits don't do well with change, but the active suits jump right in with change. They really flourish with change and just do what needs to be done. So let's take a look at that. We'll look at the passives first, where they don't do well with having to change. So Five of Pentacles, having to be out in the cold, not doing really well with change. Five of Cups, not doing really well with change. It's hard. But then if you take a look at the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, it's like, yes, let's do this. Let's jump into action. Let's do what needs to be done. Let's accomplish this, right? So the active suits do well with slowing down. The passive suits do not. The passive suits do not do well with change. The active suits do well with change. So I have some examples of active. See the active movement created by decisions. Active. So let's take a look at Six of Swords. So this is created by a decision. The mother and child decided to leave a situation, to leave the more choppy waters to get to more calm waters. And then next we have the Eight of Cups, choosing to leave your 8 cups behind and go on the journey. And then we have the Knight of Swords, choosing to jump into action. And then Five of Pentacles, choosing to walk away from something that you have built. See, they have like stopped building something, or even this could be choosing to not go inside and get warm, choosing to not go and get help, choosing to walk away from something. So then over on this side, here is some examples of passive movement. So look up here, passive movement is created by circumstances. So first we will take a look at the Six of Wands. So he's coming back from a victory. He went to do something to help all of his tribe or his community. That was created by circumstances. It's something that needed to be done. Next we have Seven of Swords. So some will look at this card as like thievery and trickery, but if you, in the Rider-Waite deck, you can see like an army in the background, army tents and whatnot. So a lot of people would take it as like he went to steal the swords, most of the swords, from them before they could attack his village or attack him. So he's like stopping a situation from happening. This is an example of movement created by circumstances. So that's passive. Next we have the Wheel of Fortune. Passive movement. You don't really direct the will. I mean, you can influence it with your vibration, whether you're in high vibe or low vibe, but the will always is spinning, no matter what. Either it's at a high vibration for you or it's at a lower vibration for you. But that is a passive movement created by circumstances. And then we have the Ten of Wands. So another passive movement created by circumstances. This could be all of the harvest from the field. He has to go and collect it all and bring it to his community. Or this is all of his hard work from one part of his life that he needs to bring to the next part of his life. So that is another example of passive movement. So here's the chart, so you can make your own in your study journal. Active movement is created by decisions, passive movement created by circumstances. The active suits are the Wands and Swords. The passive suits are the Cups and Pentacles. Active suits do well with having to slow down. Passive suits do not do well with having to slow down. They become too stagnant. Passive suits don't do well with change, but active suits jump right in with change. And you can pull your 4s and your 5s out to be able to see that pretty clearly. And then examples of active movement created by decisions and passive movements created by circumstances. So this was active versus passive. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Were you able to see the difference between movement created by decisions and movement created by circumstances? Do you see any other examples in your tarot decks? So thanks again, and you have a wonderful day.